A crappie is just one of 25,000 identified species of fish. Hi, I'm Wyatt Peterson, and I'm going to teach you how to catch crappie. Fishing is like your life. Your failure will teach you as much as your success. I've been fishing for many years. When fishing for crappies, you want to know what to use and how to use it. More things go into fishing than you may think. So what is a crappie, you might ask? Well, a crappie is a North American freshwater fish that is part of the sunfish family. There's two main crappies that are called a black crappie and a white crappie. The black crappie generally weighs more than the white crappie and has irregular blotches on its skin, whereas the white crappie has vertical lines on its skin. There's 7 to 8 dorsal spines on the black crappie, and the white crappie has 5 to 6 dorsal spines. So what makes up a good fishing rod? Well, first you want to look at length. The longer the rod, the farther you can cast, which is very effective for these fish because they get spooked easily. Then you also want to look at the action of the rod, how fast the tip of the rod bends. That'll help with your sensitivity in catching these fish because they don't bite very hard. Then you also want to look at the power, how stiff the rod is. You don't want a heavy rod when you're going for a half-pound fish because you're not going to feel it bite. Now, what fishing line works best? Well, it honestly depends on what you like, but you probably want something that is translucent so the fish won't see it, and something that's probably not very stretchy, because if it's stretchy, you're not going to feel it bite as easily. You also want something that sinks and not floats, because if it floats, your fishing lure is not going to go to the bottom as fast. And when you're fishing, if you're going to keep them, you want a good cooler. So what makes up a good cooler? Well, you want something that keeps it cold. You also want it hard, because if you have a soft one, it's going to bend and break very easily. You want a locking lid so when carrying it, it won't spill. You also want it to be very durable, and an effective drain to easily clean the cooler after using it. So now, what do you use when catching them? The most popular thing to use is probably live bait. You throw a minnow on just a plain hook, and you let it sit down at the bottom and wait for a fish to bite. Some fishermen like to use a jig head with an artificial bait. You cast it and reel it in slowly. And my favorite thing to use is a rooster tail. You cast it and reel it in just like a jig head, but the difference is it has a chunk of metal on it that vibrates and produces a lot more bites than anything else. So knowing what crappies are, what equipment to use, and how to use it will help you catch more crappies. The more you fish, the more you'll learn what to do and how to do it. And just remember, fortune favors the patient and resilient.